Welcome, welcome. Dr. Stephen Hobbs here from the International Mentoring Community, sharing information about the certification programs that are available through the community. So you're here at wellthmovement.com/mentor. Now, with the certification program, there's actually 5 elements to the certification program, and I'm just going to go through each one of them from the Certificate of Competence mentor perspective, and then I'll come back and talk about a second certification. So the first thing that we have to understand is that there's a profile that's been created. It has 72 action outcome statements that were developed over a number of years using what's called a research development methodology. It's a way in which to ask a group of people and another group of people, another group of people to gain their insights about what would be the action outcomes associated with serving as a competent mentor. So that's the profile, that's our baseline, that's what we use to do the second part, which is the self-assessment, where what you do is you fill out the self-assessment form and find out where you are against the 72 action outcome statements. And where you find that you have a yes, one of the great things is document how you know it's a yes. Where did you get your insights, your ideas? Where did you get your practice from? But also what you're able to do is where there are no's, it's the third part of the 5-part elements of the certification process. And the third one is education. Obviously, where you get a no to your self-assessment, you have to gain the knowledge and skills necessary to move the no to a yes. Now, when you get all of this done and you make sure that you've got yeses against all of your action outcome statements, in other words, you put together a portfolio that you document your storyline through, then what you're able to do is apply for your verification. This is an opportunity for you to get ready to have a conversation with a verifier who, with a committee or by the verifier themselves, will confirm that you are competent as a mentor against the action outcome statements. So you use your portfolio, you use your answers to some case studies, you use your logbook, reflection questions. All of this information is used during the verification process. And with successful completion of the verification process, you will then go on to apply for your Certificate of Competence mentor. And that's issued out to you by the International Mentoring Community. And at the same time, you learn about the recertification process to maintain your competence. Now, I've used the story, the 5-part story, for the Certificate of Competence mentor, and it's similar to the Certificate of Achievement mentoring. Now, the difference is the achievement mentoring is an audit and confirmation that you have the knowledge about mentoring. The same 5 elements are with the Certificate of Achievement. The first is the profile, which is again the baseline, and it's nested inside the competence. So it's very similar to the competence with a slight variation on the way in which some of the statements, the action outcome statements, are written, but it's very, very, very similar. Again, you do the self-assessment against that to find out where you're yes and no. Then you get into education to fill the gaps and turn your no's to yeses so that you can move forward to present your portfolio, your case studies, your reflections, to be able to go through an audit process so that we can acknowledge you as having achieved your understanding, your knowing about mentoring. So that's the certification process. Again, profile, self-assessment, education, verification or audit, certificate. If you have questions, drop them onto the contact page. We'd be happy to help you out, but also page you will find a sign-up form for mentoring news, which is at minimum a twice a month email out to you about what's happening in the international mentoring community, this community of significance to advance the practice of mentoring and the competence of mentor. So with that, take care.